Hello, I would like to show you how to input the grammar book exercise into Socrative. So first, you open the browser and go to www.socrative.com. Then you click Teacher Login. So I've already created the accounts for you. Okay, so let me log out and show you again. I've already created the accounts for you, and so the initials for all the login is the same, TTP SKG GE, but then you insert your responsible grade. For example, mine is P3. Okay, ttpskggeP3 at gmail.com. And then you key in the password and sign in. So to create a quiz, you go to Manage Quizzes, and then you click Create Quiz. Then you name your quiz. So the naming is very important because there isn't any folder in Socrative to organize your files. All the files are organized according to how they are named. So it's very important to have all the names standardized. So please type Lawman Express 3A GB page 122. And so for you key in the book according to your grade. And now we can add questions. So you can either choose multiple choice, true or false, or short answers. So for students who are very new to this platform, I will opt for multiple choice first. So sometimes you may think if you have filled in the blanks, then it is a must. We choose short answer, but actually, if the spelling of those short answers are not too important, that means you can anticipate they won't have a lot of problem in their spelling, then you can choose multiple choice. For example, for my first page of my grammar book, they filled in preposition. They fill in either on, from, or to. For the first page, then I will opt for multiple choice because they just use it for checking their answers anyway. So I key in the multiple choice on, to, from, and then I key in the first question. Games day is 1st March. Okay, then the answer is on. Then you click the correct answer, but there may be some situation that there can be more than one possible answer, and then you would click two options. But here I would like to draw attention that for Socrative, the disadvantage is that if you click two correct answers, they have to click both to be considered as correct. If they just click either one, then they will be considered as wrong. So this is one thing we can take note of. And here we can also key in the explanation. Let's say I want to draw the attention they use on because 1st of March is the date. Then I just key in some very simple explanation here. And then I can save this question. So here, when you click save here, it's only saving this question. Only the top right button here is saving the whole quiz. But we haven't finished yet, so that we continue. And if you have similar options for the next question, then you can duplicate it. So this button is for duplicating. This to delete this question, and the arrows are for swapping the order. Okay, so let me duplicate it, and the next one. So, okay, here I got a scenario here. In the second question, I have two blanks instead. Like, drummer camp is from the 2nd of March to the 5th of March. Okay, so here we can standardize what we use. As each question, they can choose only one answer. It's not an available options for them to choose both answers at the same time. So I will just blank the first one using underscore to let them know, oh, you here for this one, you just choose the answer for the first blank only. And then I duplicate it. And then when they go to question 3, they already got the feedback from question 2. They already know the answer. So I will just key in the answer and then blank the next one so that they know they should choose for the next blank, number 3. And okay, when you duplicate, make sure you delete the explanation or you change the explanation. Okay, so okay, so maybe there's sometimes you really want to check on their spelling. The spelling is very important. Then you can choose short answer. For example, I want them to know how to spell February. Okay, what is the second month of the year? Okay, then you typed in February, and be reminded that do not leave an extra space here, because if you put an extra space, then the students need to spell the name, spell February, and also put an extra space to be considered as correct. And another disadvantage for short answer is that they don't really recognize capital letter and small letter. Okay, so that means that if they key in all capital letter, it's also considered as correct. So if you really want them to draw their attention on capital letter and small letter, I will opt for multiple choice. For example, what is your names? Okay, then you can do something like this. If you want to draw their attention on capital letter, especially for the lower primary students. Okay, but there's sometimes maybe there's some kind of questions we really can't input it onto Socrative. Then I will click true or false. It's just to give them a statement to skip that part. Okay, for example, part B of page 1 is not available for checking. Okay, please choose true for this statement. Okay, then so I will just to use one item to skip that part, and to tell them that, oh, it doesn't mean that it's not available with checking. You don't have to do that part. Okay, and sometimes they need to write complete sentences. For example, I have one exercise that, okay, I can swim, I can dance, and they have to connect these two sentences using the correct connective. Then, okay, you may think it's very clumsy that if we choose short answer, they have to type in I can swim and dance. Okay, it's not a preferable option. So what I can do is I can try to anticipate, or I can try to predict what other wrong answers they might type. For example, I can swim and I can dance. They may key in this without deleting I can, or using the wrong connective. Okay, I can swim or dance. I can swim, dance. So here, this will help to draw the attention on the grammatical differences between the correct answers and the incorrect answers, so that we can help them to write the correct ones in the book to self-correct themselves. Okay, so okay, now let's say this quiz is completed and we save this whole quiz, save and exit. And where can you find your quiz if you want to make some amendments? Then you can go to Manage Quizzes, My Quizzes, and it will show you the most recent one. The first one here is the one you recently edited, or you can also click All to see all the exercises you've input before. And now let's say I want to put it live. I want to put this quiz live. Then I go to Dashboard, and then I go Start a Quiz, and then I click the most recent one. So here are a few options. We recommend you to choose this option, student-paced immediate feedback, because this is the one that allows students to get the feedback, whether their answers are correct or not. But the disadvantage is that if they get a very low score, they want to redo it, they have to start from the very beginning. They cannot just redo certain questions. And for this mode, student navigation, they can explore and navigate the questions. They can go back to the previous question to do it. But the interesting thing is that they don't provide feedback at all. That means they don't know whether the answers are right or wrong. They just get the final score at the end. And teacher paced will be suitable for in-class activity if you want to control all the students to be at the same questions at the same time. So before the grammar book self-checking purposes, we choose this one. This would be the best option. And for all the additional settings here, simply make them all gray. And be reminded to unclick the last one, disable student results. We don't want to disable it because we want them to know the total score after they finish it. They like to know the score. It gives them a sense of achievement, and it gives them a standard so that they know whether they're good or bad, or they have to redo it or not. And then, of course, we want them to enter the names, and there's no need to randomize question and answer orders. And we want them to know their feedback because we want them to do the corrections at the same time as well. So we start the quiz. Okay, and then let's go into the student view. So for the student, they don't, and then click student login. They don't really have an individual login. All they need is to remember this room code. Okay. But the name is where you want them to follow you exactly, because if they randomly enter the name, you will have a very difficult time in finding who's the one missing on your list. So for my P3 student, they have this standard. They key in the class first, then the class number with 2 digits without any spacing at all. Then I just require them to enter their first name only. But you can have your own practice. And okay, then they will do the exercise and they get the immediate feedback correct. Okay, let me try to choose the wrong one here. So, incorrect, correct answer should be from, then they cross themselves and they write down the correct answer. Okay, so I would like to show you this feature, February. If you use all capital letter, February.